Good morning.
Morning, Matthias. Why did you make us late today? I mean, all these people waiting. How are you?
Great, thank you. And you?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm really good. I'm really, really good. So what's the market been doing? Let's share some insights, shall we?
Yeah.
So let me just have a look. I'm going to share my screen with you guys. Good morning. Hope you're all well.
Good morning, Ian. Good morning, everyone.
So I'm just going to recap now, which is what you should be doing when you start trading. So I'm assuming that I'm sure some of you may have traded, but I'll do the recap for you. It's great habits. So when you sit down first at your desk, it's a great thing to do. So yesterday we were talking about the market was buying, and then so when did it switch over? That's Monday. There's Tuesday. That's where it goes. Yeah. So last night the market opened, and we'll look at it in more detail a bit later. But generally speaking, sorry, not on the days. So yesterday was a buying day. Thought I was on the hours. So yesterday was a buying day, and today that's already been engulfed. Engulfed means that cancelled out. So that wick there isn't that dissimilar. The body of the candle is not massively dissimilar, but that wick there is. So it's gone a little bit higher, and it's not come down as lower. So it's sitting there at the moment. So where the body of the candle is, where the market is right now. 45, 46. So as good as damn it, at 45,500. So then if we look at this here, for a change, there actually hasn't been a lot of movement overnight. 30 to 90, about $50, $60. Quite small by today's standards of volatility, etc. And so that was the bottom of the market, which would be there. Here, and that's the top of the market, which is there. So there's your days range that it's doing. Okay, so then we go on to the hour. So what have our hours been doing? By all means, Matthias, please interrupt if we get a signal.
Yeah.
So we go to the market. So you see on the bottom of the screen there's the times. I don't know whether you can see them, but it's dead easy to scroll. So that was the first hour last night. So it was trading up, and it was trading up there. So I took a trade here last night because I was up working and made a cash profit. Yeah. And that was quite nice. And then I went to bed after that, and then the market's been selling, and the last couple of hours have been buying. So it could be just ranging in here. And it may be that's maybe all there is to it. So that's where the market is right now. So if we go out to the 5 minutes, there's not a lot of movement. Yeah. So that's expanded out the 1 minute, makes it look like there's a lot of movement. There actually isn't. From the bottom here, 43 to the top here, 52. Yeah, it's only 90 pips, so there's not a lot going on. It's a tight market, and that's where it's going. So Vipul, Ian, Mohan, good morning to you all. Thank you for joining us. Really appreciate this. And as we were saying, it's helped me with my trading. So putting out content, helping you guys is actually helping me more. So I appreciate you being here, and I hope you learn something from our sessions. I try and talk you through trades in terms of not the way I'm necessarily doing them. I'm just doing that for your benefit because I know what I do. So what are the 3 actions? I want you to be active, actually. If you want to come on camera this morning. But what are the 3 actions that you take? So when you see the signal, what do you do? What's number 1? Anybody want to answer that other than Matthias? What's the first thing we do? We place the trade. We don't hesitate. Okay, we take the trade. What's the second thing we do? We place the stop loss. Yeah, don't worry about the profits. Let them take care of themselves. Place the stop loss. Yeah. Third thing, TP. Fourth thing, manage the trade, right? And what I mean by managing the trade is the first goal of you as a trader is to move your stop loss to your entry point. And yesterday, Petra brought up a really interesting subject, which is the pipettes, the decimal point, the figures after the decimal points. So you see it here. There it is, 54, 64, 92. So what we do is we ignore them for most of the time. The time we don't ignore them, if you'd entered at 53.92, I'd want to move my stop loss to 54, not 53. So you move it to 54 because it's slightly above, and it means that you're not going to lose a couple of pennies or a couple of pounds on your trade. Okay? So that's your first goal, is to have a free trade. Once you've done that, you can walk away. The worst you can do is not make any money. The best you can do is hit TP. It's your decision whether you want to do TP1, TP2, TP3, or TP43. Totally your decision. So the second goal in your trading, once you're in the trade, is to move your stop loss to TP1. And I did that for you a couple of times yesterday. And so I moved it to TP1, and I moved my take profit to TP3. So there was one trade when it reversed and I ended up at TP1 instead of TP2, which is, it sat there for ages. But I just wanted to show you that once the decision's made, it's made. You don't have to keep rethinking about it. And then on the other occasion in the afternoon, it hit TP3. So now TP1, it'll hit 80-90% of the time. What that actually means is that 80-90% of the time, you can set your stop loss to break even, and you're guaranteed not to lose any money. Right? That's known as a defined outcome. So you've already defined the outcome. When you set your stop loss, it might be 50 pips, might be 20 pips, might be 10 pips. I don't know. Your defined outcome is you're not going to lose your account. You might lose 2%, might lose 1%. Okay? And so, but your outcome's defined, right? And then you might make TP1, TP2, TP3, TP53. So in your profits defined and your losses defined. And now you know what the risk is. Once you get your stop loss to TP, break even, you have no loss. It's a free trade. And once it becomes a free trade, you have zero stress. Now you can go and make yourself a cup of tea, do whatever you want. I recommend that you don't at that point, because you might get to TP1 or you might get to TP2, right? Or it might be just chuntering along. So it goes to TP2.5, and you move your stop loss to TP1, goes past TP2. You move your stop loss to TP2, and then you move your take profit even higher. So now the worst you can do is TP2. If it chunters past TP3, you could move your stop loss to TP3, right? And then do some ridiculous take profit on it and leave it as a runner. Now you've got worst case scenario is TP3, best case scenario is TP500. So that's how, and then that's where you let the runners do the work, as Mateus says all the time. And if you can follow that formula, it's that simple. It took me 5 minutes to explain that to you. If you can follow that formula, I guarantee you will be a successful and, more importantly, a profitable tech trader without a lot of stress. It's no point in doing anything that stresses you out all the time. The only time I get stressed out is when I'm not following the rules and I'm doing stupid things myself without following the formula. Yeah, we're refining and we're getting it better all the time. So now we've moved from calling our system a strategy and calling it a formula, right? It's a formula because our trading team knows exactly what they're doing. They're guiding us where the market's going. They're putting in their trading ideas. It's up to us to implement. It's our account. We manage our own accounts. We manage our own money. We're in charge of our own money, right? For too long, we've handed our money over to people, giving us 2-3% a year, and then keeping the rest. Okay, or they're so cautious that that's all they trade. But we know better, right? We've been here, we know much, much better. So we're taking control of our own money, and we're doing with it what we want. And what we want to do is grow it. Grow your income, grow your capital, right? For that reason, I think all of you should have at least one algo trading account, which does the heavy lifting for you in the background. I know Ian on his has one. And then have a trading account. So you're trading your own pot and you're having a pot there that's been traded for you. And you forget about the one that's been traded for you. Right? Just forget about it for the next year, 2 years, 3 years. If you'd given me £10,000 in that system 2 years and 2 months ago, that would be worth about £120,000, £130,000. You're going to 10x your money. Your £10,000 would be worth over £100,000 in 2 years.
Prepare to buy.
Prepare for a buy. Okay, let's go. You got the range. You know what to do. Get in. Okay, that's it. I've clicked that. We're in. Stop loss. Set the stop loss. Modify. Stop loss. 42. Done. Now I've defined my outcome for my loss. Now I need to define my outcome for my win. So I'm going to set TP2. You can set whatever you like. I want to take the stress out of trading for you. Stop loss is set, TP is set. You don't have to worry about it now. Right, now we're managing the trade. So I got a phone call from one of you the other day, which is like, not really doing very well. Had the conversation, discipline, time. Yeah, if we have to work, we have to work. Some other things have to be sacrificed for a short time if we're not doing as well as we wanted to be doing, or if we're not on track. Lo and behold, afternoon, profitable. What changed? This changed. Yeah. I can't turn you into a better trader, but I can get you to be more focused and more disciplined. Get that book for one thing and make this your one thing. Yeah. Follow me on LinkedIn. I write almost every day. Yeah. Read my stuff on Facebook and come here. Okay. All I do is write content now. It's all I do in my spare time. I absolutely love it. So we're going massively into writing value and actually writing about it. Yeah. So I know we like video these days. We do 4 hours of video every day. So that's all I'm going to do for you guys. Right? So that's where we are. So entry was 48 to 53. So we're at 48. So we're at the top of the range in terms of entry points. So the first entry, when the signal usually comes in, sometimes you can't get it. I don't get hung up about getting it, I just get in. So sometimes I'll get it, sometimes I won't. And sometimes it'll be a better entry than the trading team, sometimes it'll be a worse entry than the trading team. I'm not really fussed about that. But a lot of the work's been done for us, so I'm a very lazy individual, so I'll take the path of least resistance to success. So risk-free at 45, 47. So risk-free means that the stop loss has been moved. If you can move it, then do so. If you can't, then obviously, depends on your entry, obviously. So I could move my stop loss to that, but I'm just going to take it up another 20 pips. So de-risk myself. Moving the stop loss too quickly, too tightly, can actually mean that you get knocked out of trades a lot more. Because obviously the tighter the stop loss, and then the market reverses on you, and we see that all the time. So you need to be careful of that, okay? So we don't need, we don't need to be in a straitjacket. We need to be able to move. And if your drawdown is worrying you, your lot size is too big for your account. Yeah, risk-free, 20 pips hit, total close profit, 10 pips, and the rest entry is still running with SL 45, 47, right? So you're being educated here by this, what we're doing. You're trading with us, and our trading team are educating you all the time. They're running you through the trade, right? So if you're willing not to be like that get rich quick, or I want it all today, and you can have it all today, to be honest with you, fit £200,000-300,000 in the account, take a massive trade, makes you £2,000-3,000, you're done for a few days, right? Yeah, you're done. But you know what? That's what lions do. They hunt when they're hungry, and then they gorge. And most of the time they're starving to death. But the little birds that pick a few seeds every day, yeah, you don't ever see them going hungry. And that's what this is, trading. Little enough and little enough and little enough and little enough, right? So that's where we are. So it's meandering, not really doing much as it hasn't done. So as I said, I've set TP to 2. I've moved my stop loss a little bit further up, but not too tight, because otherwise it'll knock me out. And we just let it do its thing.
That's it. No emotion, and
No emotion.
If you set up your risk-free, just leave it. That can go up, and we will not need the risk-free.
So you should all be in a profit. It's dropped a little bit. You should be at break even or profit right now. And if you get nervous about a trade, just ask yourself why, right? And if you're really nervous about it and you're at break even or a few quid in profit, just press buy and close the trade. But you shouldn't have to do that. That's what this formula is designed not to do, right? Let me see if that's just knocked me out or not. Nope, we're still in. Now it has. Fine, done. Yeah. So outer entry, I lost a few quid on that. Makes no difference. Yeah. And we go again. And again, and again, and again, and again. Just don't hesitate. That drops much more. There'll be a buy signal coming along. And when we start selling, probably around about 4,000. So the market hits around about 4,000, 4,020, 4,030. We will then think that this is now a bearish trend, and we may start selling. You may still see the odd sell, but generally speaking, we're buying because the market is still in a very bullish state. That's what the indicators tell us. It's not what we feel. It's what the system is doing. So that's where we're at with that market, okay? Now's a good time. If you want to discuss anything, got any questions, ask them, because most of us will be out at entry or at stop loss, unless your stop loss is still at 43, in which case you wouldn't have hit it. And that's what I was talking about, moving your stop loss too quickly. So did I move my stop loss too quickly there? Maybe. Yeah, maybe I should have just left it, but we'll never know about that. And then what I'm doing at the moment is when I'm trading with you guys, my lot size is really, really small, because I'm obviously not concentrating as much as I would do if I wasn't talking to you. But at the same time, there's a real community feel now in terms of what we're doing. You know, Mateus is obviously here every day, then Kulwant joins us, and if any of you guys want to join us on here, then let us know. We'll bring you on, and you can have a live discussion with us. So that is really, you know, I think a really good. Well, he's a friend of mine now, Simon, said that, you know, doing this on your own is like sitting in a dark room. And so we brought the light, literally, to your trading. And how does that feel? Yeah, how does that feel for you guys? Yeah. I hope you feel like you're part of the team, and I hope that we grow. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Please like and subscribe, because that really helps us. YouTube will push our videos out to a wider audience. We're tiny at the moment, but you know, we're barely out the ground. We're in our second month of doing this, and we really, really want to go and blow this thing up as a community. So there she goes, 47, just about to hit 51's TP1. So some way away from that. So around the entry points now. And if you're out of it, you're out of it, but still learn. You know, look at the trade. What is it doing? You know, don't be a scavenger that you just want to nick a few quid and go away. Learn the business, because it will really, really pay you, and it will calm you down. And that's where you need to be. You need to be relaxed, calm, ready. You know, I now work towards getting to my desk about 5 to 8. This morning, I did something really unusual, which I worked and pulled my iPad out of here, and I actually sat in bed. What I have been doing is going downstairs and blah, blah, blah. I went downstairs, got my hot water and all the rest of it, but I actually sat in bed for a while. And you know what? It's okay once in a while, but it's a little bit too comfortable for me, right? So then I'm like, oh God, gotta get a wiggle on now, get ready for seeing you guys. But that's what it is. But you know what? You don't have to drive anywhere. Not have to worry about what the boss is going to do or say, or you know what problems we're going to face when I get to work. I just have to sit down and trade. Like I said last night, did a decent trade. When we left the session, I've got a couple of open trades. So one of them hit TP 6-7 o'clock. The other one was the market open at about 12, whenever it was. But I'm so relaxed about it. Just so relaxed about it. And the thing that's really relaxed to me is my lot size more than anything else, right? And those 3 steps: place the trade, place the stop loss, place the TP. So yeah, very, very simple. So if we left our stop loss where we were advised, we would still be in the trade. I moved it up. Maybe some of you moved it up. I'm no longer in that trade. Lost a few quid. Doesn't matter. I'm ready for the next one. What about yourself, Mateus? Did you take that? And how was your journey with that?
I put at risk free at 47.
Okay.
I'm out.
Yeah, brilliant. Wonderful. Is there anything you'd add to what I'm suggesting or what I'm talking about this morning in terms of the steps to succeed with this?
The steps are perfect. Is the way to do. The first thing, don't hesitate, place the trade.
Yeah.
Put your stop loss. Then decide which TP you want to go, and that's it.
Yeah.
And if you want to go for TP2, make sure when we are at TP1, move your stop loss to break even.
Absolutely.
Because then you still protecting your capital.
Yeah.
Because how many times we saw that goes to TP1 and come back straight away to stop loss, and you don't want to be on that position, leaving money on the table and getting out of the trading as well.
100%. Guys, would you find it useful if I did those steps as a PDF for you? You've got to ask me for it. I'm not going to do it just like that, okay? Usually I just don't even wait for the answer. I just do it for you. So if you want that as a PDF, those steps, I'll get a document done today. Okay, so trade's still there. We wait. Have you done anything with the machine learning signals at all, Matthias? Can you talk us through that? What you've been doing, and or if anybody else has tried them?
We had plenty of signals already today, and
yeah,
because if you use it, you will have signals. Prepare to buy. Sorry.
Yep, prepare for a buy. Let's go. Let's press that button. Press that button. Come on. Okay, we're in. Let's see where we're going. Okay, so what's the first thing we do? Stop loss.
Stop loss.
Second thing, TP.
TP.
So we're at 37.
Yeah, on the prepare to buy, if you bought straight away without hesitation, you should be in TP1 already. TP1 again.
You hit TP1 90% of the time.
Yeah.
Yeah. So now your scenario is moving your stop loss to your break even. Okay, that's what your target is. That's what your goal is. As soon as you can do that, you've got a free trade. Okay, and there's not many things that are free in this world. I can tell you that for sure, even when they appear to be. It's just moving around.
And so book your profits.
Sorry?
Yeah. And book your profits.
Yeah. You've hit TP1 and above. So now it's up to you. Now there's no reason that way you should have broken even on that trade, last one. May have hit SL like I have. There's no reason that nobody should lose money on this trade now. If you lose money on this trade, it's your fault. If your greed, or you just lack of motivation to actually manage your trade. If this is your money, right? Get serious about it. And your accounts might be small. You know, the gains might be £10, £20, but we'll do a compound calculator later on in the week, and then I'll show you what you can really do with £1,000. 47, so 55 is TP3. Had that little surge and it's struggling a little bit last 3 minutes.
Yeah, it's still on that range, isn't it? It's trouble there now to push. But like we said, if you book some profits, don't care anymore. No attachment.
So retracing now. We're just above my entry point. You think Coolwag had a heavy night because it was her birthday yesterday, Mateus, and that's why she's not here?
No, she needs to go out. She always send a message. She's going out today as well. That's why she cannot be with us. Yeah.
Going all the way back.
You asking me about the machine learning is just amazing. You can refresh that anytime that you want, and then you will have a new signal.
What's the difference between this and that?
I think so. That is on your hands, is your decision. Then, of course, if you follow the steps, if you're waiting for the right moment, seeing the price there, you can see if it's green, you can go with eyes closed. It's absolutely fine.
Yeah.
And using the tool is so simple. And you, as much as you use it, you get the confidence with the signal as well, and it's very, very simple, easy, and reliable as well, because when it's green you can go with eyes closed for TP1.
Yeah,
for sure.
Okay. Yeah, here we go. We're at TP1 again.
Yeah. TP1 again, and from a good position as well. And up nicely.
Yep.
Past the GP1 now.
Struggling a little there, isn't it?
Yeah, it's not like
Yeah.
going strong after TP1, yeah.
That's the name of the game, right? Look at that now.
Yeah.
So if you took TP1, maybe you're out the trade. Otherwise, everybody should still be in the trade. Doing well.
As you can see, if you are on the Telegram group, there's a lot of updates as well from the trading team. It's very good for you to go through the signals, having all those updates. So we're sitting there around our entry point, depending on where you were, maybe slightly below now. But again, could have had TP1 or some profit earlier. So if you're new, then when it goes into profit, perhaps it's a good idea to take it and build your confidence. Yeah, it's not the money that matters to start with. It's confidence and learning the system and learning what works for you. So, I've been at this for 5-6 years now. So finally I have the formula that works for me. So go to the 5 minutes, see what it's doing, because the charts look very different. You've got all of this liquidity down here, so it could come all the way down there, right? Let's have a look on the hour. So it's a selling hour. So we look here, so last hour was buying, because overall the hour is selling. And so pretty solid. There's no wick on the bottom of that candle. It's coming down a little bit more now. Don't know whether that's heading towards your stop loss. So go back to the minute, which is usually a good watch. Your minute's a good watch. So still flitting around that 45,500, 45,550.
So we made these decisions, right? You know, we could have had some profit. Perhaps you're in a bit of a loss now. Let's have a look. Yeah, TP1 was hit. So stop loss was at 37. So we're still 50, 60 pips above that. So it should be again above your entry point at this point.
It's going to TP1 again.
Yeah.
As you can see, if at that point, if you feel you struggle on the signal, you book some profits, it's time to get out as well. You don't want that to retrace all the way back and get you out of the trade without any profits and reaching stop loss.
Mm-hmm.
Then you keep analyzing the 1 hour, 4 hours to see the big picture, like Cam was looking before on the 1 hour.
Yeah, look at the ranges, you know, 32 to 56 last year, or in the last 52 weeks, sorry. 43 to 40, well, 31 to 89. Yeah, down on the day so far. What's the dollar doing? That's up there. What's the news saying? Gold futures pressured by rate expectations, even as Trump pauses strike. Yeah. So now they're thinking interest rates may go up. So little things eases amongst Mideast uncertainty. Yeah, crude slipped below $110 an ounce. It was 113 yesterday. And you should know that in that stuff 7 hours ago. Gold advances the second straight session, going up in value. Gold rises. Yeah, so you should know these things. You should be interested in these things. You can't just expect to be blindly following the signals without knowing anything else about it and not looking at it. So buy limits, you've got a new signal. So these are buy limits that you can set. So you go press the plus button on your app, and then you go to where market execution is. Then under that is buy limit, sell limit, buy limit, etc. So you press buy limit, and you can put in those if you want to. I'm still in that trade, so I'm not going to put any buy limits in, but your call. Here she goes. TP1.
That's it. Patience is the key.
Patience is the key. Yeah. 48.50 is TP2. Yeah. Right, I'm taking that. Yeah, close that out because I hit stop loss on my last trade and look where it's going now. So I've broken even. I've made a few quid. So I'm back on an even keel. This is a business we're running. Yeah. It's not a game. It's not freaking, something to do. Look at that now. That's TP3.
TP3 already. Yeah.
Did it hit it? No, it hit.
Yeah.
I didn't think it quite got there, Mateus. I think it's 55.
On your first one, yeah. Okay. Yeah. 55. Yeah.
Yeah. So it hasn't quite hit it. It's going to go through it now.
Yeah. But if you're going for TP3 and you see the prices at 54, you struggle to push now because it's retracing. Just book your profits. Don't leave the money there. will be more signals. You don't need to take everything in one signal.
No. No. Now this absolute classic trading, absolute classic. Yeah. And what happens? 1 minute you're down, you're near your stop loss, and you think, good God, and it takes, look, that took 3 minutes. Actually, it took 2 minutes. 1, 2 minutes, straight to TP3 or thereabouts. So Ian, let me just...
I put there, yeah.
Yeah. So Ian, what I do is, it depends really in terms of, the thing is that I can't really trade the way I want to trade when I'm working with you guys. I didn't place a second trade this morning for both of those. Perfect sniper entry. Yeah, I didn't do that. And sometimes I do, and sometimes I don't. But more of the time now, you know, it just depends on the timing of what the trade's doing. But I didn't do this morning. I layered to a maximum of 3, and then that's my thing. So my lot size, I've divided it up into 3. That's the maximum that I'll take, and then it's just, you know, depends on where I am in my head and what I'm doing. I think if I was sat here on my own like you guys, yeah, I'd layer it to 3. Yeah, that's the problem, isn't it, Ian? Yeah. So number 1 is 3 profits. Get used to making money. That's the main thing, right? Get used to making money. So the bigger profits will come with experience. Yeah, you're welcome. Yeah, you're absolutely welcome. Trade your style. Trade what you want to trade, the way you want to trade, and take the money out of the market that you want to take out, right? Don't be listening to me, or look at Cam doing blah, blah, or so-and-so and so-and-so, and all those twats with Lambos, right? That just rented them the day, put it on the credit card. Yeah? None of that. Nobody works like that. Real traders are sat in their office, at home, or in an office trading money, right? They're not farting around in some cafe at Starbucks and all that shit. Yeah, look at me, and creating reels. They're making money. So I'm learning a lot about real wealth as I try and move towards creating legacy and lasting money instead of just myself, right? Real wealth isn't loud at all, right? It's not on Facebook. It's not on Insta every minute of every day. That's not it, right? Those are people trying to look wealthy. Watched a fantastic video this morning. And it was like, Louis Vuitton don't market to rich people, right? Yeah, what a contrast that is. What do you mean? What do you mean Louis Vuitton don't market to rich people, right? They market to poor people trying to look rich. Why do you see so many fake bags and fake stuff around in the world? They're even poorer people trying to look rich, right? Rich people don't need to look rich, they already are. So they don't wear logoed up shit all the time, right? They don't need to be seen in a Lambo. They have a nice, comfortable car. I've got a 9-year-old Tesla. Yeah? It gets charged for free. I've never ever paid to have it charged. Elon Musk had an offer that I got free supercharging for life. Imagine getting free petrol for life. That's what I've got. Why would I sell that car? To do what? Right? I did order another one, but he only made them in left-hand drive, so gave me my money back. I didn't quite fancy one of the smaller ones. So there you go. Right. That's what rich people do. Learn their habits. They wake up early and they trade. Yeah? They make money working their businesses quietly without noise. Yeah, learn the habits of rich people. Millionaire Next Door. I think that's what it's called. I'm just going to have a look, see what it's called. I'm convinced now. The Millionaire Mind, Thomas J. Stanley. There is a book called Millionaire Next Door. I just can't find it on my bookshelf. So a nice little profit for you there on the last signal. And yeah, if you're going to take the small ones, that's great. Take loads. If you're going to take the big ones, then maybe not so many, right? And I think, like I said, create the habit of making money. When you've got a small account and you're just starting out, the object of the exercise is not to get rich tomorrow. And you're not going to, unless you drop 20, 30, 40,000 pounds in an account. Yeah. Yeah. One of my clients last night talking, 50,000 pounds into their algo trading account. Great. What can I expect? I said, you know what? This is what it's been doing. And this is what I think will happen in the future. Okay. Nobody can guarantee it, of course, but that's a serious amount of money, right? Yeah. So
absolutely.
But then we get thousands.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So then we get a lot of thousands, a lot of 5,000s, and a lot of that kind of stuff, right? But you pays your money, you takes your lot. Here she goes, TP3 again.
Yeah.
And if you put in those buy limits, I would take them out now. Market's gone the other way. So when we did that, market was dropping. It could have dropped. It will do at some point, but you don't want to be caught out with stuff that's sitting around. It's like clean your account cup all the time. So I didn't go for any of those because I was still in this trade.
I think we have only one buy limits now, but buy limits you need to manage by yourself. I think so. The best thing, especially for beginners, is the pure signal, the normal signals. And that's going to TP3 officially.
Yeah.
Yeah, 56.
Done. That was a lovely trade, wasn't it? And what you could have done, like we were saying, I didn't bother because, like I said, sometimes I'm thinking about other things. Look at that, yeah. What you could have done is you just, kept moving you could even now move your stop loss to TP3, let it run.
Yeah, right? Trailing your stop loss.
Yeah, trailing your stop loss. You see, Matthias knows all the terms. He's so clever. I'm like, move it there.
You know as well. You know more than me.
That's beautiful. So let's have a look now. I'm gonna show you something, and you're gonna love it. What happened to that selling hour? In about 10 minutes gone. Yeah, it was down here. It was engulfing this candle, and it was down here, and the top was over there. Look at that now. Turns in a minute. That's why you got to watch it. Doesn't matter who you are. Can you imagine some Wall Street trader managing a $50 million fund? Be just like, oh, I need to go for a little walk now because I'm bored, right? Do your job. Do your work. You're a trader, okay? No matter how small the account. Good habits need to be built slowly with small accounts. Yeah. So look at that now. Over the day, all that gone, right? Look where we were this morning. So it's now in the middle of the range. Let's see what happens from here on in. Got loads more signals. It's just coming up to 9 o'clock. Okay, got so much more to come. Right, I'm going to just take a little break, go and see my contractors because they're all here. I'll see you back in 5.
Okay. Great profit so far this morning, guys. I hope so you're booking some profits. And let me know as well if you are using the machine learning to generate your own signals. That you can do all through the day. You don't need to be on the live. You don't need to schedule that time. You can do at any time of your comfort. That is especially for people who are working. That will be amazing. But just let me know if you're able to go through it and generate some signals. I have been using that for longer than you, and it's just amazing, the results. You can use the 5 minutes, 50 minutes, 30 minutes, 1 hour. I recommend you to start with the 50 minutes standard. If you're using it, you can use the 50 minutes standard, and every 50 minutes then you can refresh. Now it's 9 o'clock. I can go and refresh. I can see the signal. Then I decide by myself if it's a green, I will go for it. I see the range. I have one range now to buy. Is on the range. I just bought it. Then I do the same process as I do with those signals. I put the stop loss. And I put my TP. And that's it. Then I just leave it. If I have the stop loss and I have the TP, I don't have attachment on that trade. I just leave it as it is. And then, like Cam was saying, make it simple for yourself. As soon as you get the signal, you place the signal. The second step is to put stop loss. The third step is to put TP. And then you have the peace of mind to do whatever you need to do, book profits, and moving your stop loss to break even. I think so. That is the steps. Place your trade, put stop loss, put take profit, and then manage your trade, take the profits, and moving stop loss to break even. If you keep doing that over and over with any signal, you'll be absolutely fine. Because the thing is, if you always want to TP2, TP3 is not always going there. That is the only thing where you burn yourself, because then that can come back to stop loss, and you don't want that. If you move your stop loss to break even, is where you want to be, because then you protect If you book some profits on TP1 or further than that, you absolutely fine. And then you keep moving your trailing your stop loss, moving your stop loss up if we are on the buy and down if we are on the sell. But make it simple. No Vipul Patel, we don't do prop firm. If you want to have our signals, you want to use our broker. If you do prop firms, I don't recommend you anyway, because prop firms you can stay there. If you don't do the rules absolutely on the top of the rules, you'll be out of the game straight away. It's just for them to collect your money. We have been there, and I really don't do prop firms. It's up to you. We recommend you to start at least with £1,000, but it's completely up to you. It's like you need to design your business plan. Is where you want to be. Money makes money. If you start with £100 and expecting to make a lot, you will burn your capital and you will not make any money, because you're chasing the market. You need to start at least with £1,000 in order to see some profits as well, and in order to grow your account. We'll talk more about compound, and it's powerful, but when you have the patience and when you know what you're doing. Or just reach out to Ken or to me, and we will double check that for you. I stop time to time, guys. I'm looking on the another screen and I'm using the machine learning, and it's just amazing how you don't need to keep waiting for signals. You generate your signals. As you can see on the morning, I think so I generate more than 20 signals since we are here. And by the way, I didn't have any stop loss. That's all TP1 at least. But like I said, if you're doing TP1s, especially if you're scalping on the machine learning, it's so easy to get used to it, to get used to book profits. And if you're not on the Telegram group for the machine learning, please reach out to us as well. Reach out to Cam. You have his number here, and you can scan the QR code and book a call as well. As you can see, while you're waiting for signals, sometimes can be a long time. You just can generate your own signals, and the confidence is strong. Like the last signal I generate was a buy. The confidence was 66, overall setup was 74, and machine learning score was 72. You can go for it, it's a green, but I'm doing scalping. I don't recommend you to do the scalping yet. You can do only 50 minutes standard. That will be easy for you. And you can generate your own signal. Hello, Ken.
Hi, how you doing?
Good. I'm just talking about the machine learning because we're waiting for new signal.
Okay. Did you do Vipul's questions?
Yeah, I talked to him already. We don't do prop firm, and the minimum capital we recommend at least £1,000 to start.
Yeah, I want you to guys. Sorry, go on.
No, I just thought to reach to us and we will sort it out.
Yeah, Vipul, if you send me a copy of the email, I normally cut and paste it and WhatsApp it to Hadi, so which usually gets a quicker response, or at least he tells me what's going on. So if you want to do that, really appreciate that. You must have our numbers. So prop firms, they're like the holy grail. And when we first discovered them, probably about 3 years ago, we thought, this is amazing. You know, for £1,000 or $800, you get a $200,000 account. Only when you make money and you try and get them to pay you out, right? They'll pay out a few people. FTMO got a fantastic channel on YouTube showing people getting paid out. They don't pay anybody. I can tell you that for nothing, right? I mean, we have maybe 4,000 accounts with them from clients across the globe. I went to meet them in Thailand, and after that, they released probably about $500,000 to our clients. Then it stopped again. And we had probably given them $1 million in fees, so they gave us $500,000 back. It's just a slot machine situation where the slot machine's got to have the money in it, lost by other people before they'll pay out. Right? Slot machine doesn't have money of its own to pay out to you, so it loses money when it makes money every day. So, and I actually know some prop firm owners, and I could set up my own prop firm probably within a week if I needed to. They're just not real. That prop firm's business is to sell you prop firm challenges. It is not to pay you out when you're a successful trader. And Matthias, how many times have you broken the rules that you've over traded, or you did this or you did that, so that they don't pay you, right?
Especially on withdrawals, you can make money, of course, because you can make money on your account. You can make money on prop firm, but the only thing is when you will get paid, they will find excuses to don't pay you.
Yeah.
And then all the time you put is in vain because you don't get anything.
Yeah. I think there was one occasion I was in the Philippines at the time, and I'd made like £3,500–4,000 profit, and they knocked it down to about 300 quid or dollars, whatever it was, because this reason that I'd broken this regulation, I've broken this rule, I've broken that rule. You're just wasting your time. It's a mirage. A prop firm is. Have your own money. You can't afford £1,000. Have £500. You can't afford £500. Have £250. The reason Matthias and I talk about £1,000 is the lowest lot size you can do is 0.01. On £100, you're going to blow that so quickly. There's no wiggle room to move. And we say the lot size should still be 0.01 on a £1,000 account. But you've got you've got
I can get this
okay.
signal. Okay, Ian, I will send you a link for you to get access to that.
And going forward, Ian, we need to open an account with PU Prime. We have a link for that and fund it because the system's very sophisticated. If going forward, have a look at it. If Matthias can do that, that's great. Give you another 24 hours, whatever it is, 48 hours. I think we promised 48 hours. The system's set up for 24. So that's long enough for you to, obviously, the guys that are suppliers to the system are not earning any money. But we've got, got great relationship. It's just that they think 48 hours is the optimal time for you to make your mind up. So it will be a different broker because they just don't deal with Vantage or Star Trader. That's fine. We already have a relationship with PU Prime, so there's no issues there. We've got the link to join. So fund an account, and then obviously you get access to that. And that's the way that works, right? So just wanted to clarify that. So the handy thing with Paul is send me a copy of the email and I'll send it out. So either email me or screenshot it and put it in the WhatsApp group that we will probably have. If we don't have one, then messages. I'm sure we've got one. So that's what we're doing. What we're doing for signals at the moment, my friend?
Oh, it's just the last one. That I was talking about the signals for them to generate their signals. The machine learning.
Yeah, the thing that really got me for that is A, the technology. It never sleeps, doesn't go out the office, doesn't do anything. And B, the fact that you can have a 2-hour window and sit down and trade for 2 hours, generate your own signals and go away if that's what you want. And the reason there's no signal is because there's no opportunity in the market. Yeah, it's not because we've gone to sleep or anything that's happened. The machine obviously can give you a signal and be only 30% confident because you press the button. Then that's for you to decide for that. But here, we can only give you a signal when we're confident that there is something to be had. So it's just a reversal. You pull down that signal, so you can pull it at any time, but it may not actually be a signal. Here, we push the signal out to you when we see the market conditions have met. Not because we feel something, not because we think, not because we, in our water or, Johnny said it's going to rise. Don't do any of that. Just purely mechanical. We want to remove all the emotion out of it, because emotion is where all the problems are.
The signals, if you're using correctly, is even better because you can generate at your own time. And if 100%. if it's green, you have the statistic, because we're reaching 95% of those signals if it's green. You just need to go for TP1 and be patient.
Yeah.
And then you do the trailing stop loss. You can go for TP2, TP3, TP4, TP5, but then you just keep moving your stop loss.
Yeah, incredible. Yeah, absolutely incredible system. We just want to give you guys the choice. Do whatever suits you, right? Because one size doesn't fit all. And so just do whatever you think. I mean, personally speaking, if I was a trader, I'd do both. Yeah, I would do both of those. I'd stick £1,000 in Vantage and stick £1,000 in PU Prime, and I'd trade them both.
Ian, you are on the group already. You just need to follow the steps. If you go to the VIP group, you just need to read the first message and click on that link. Yeah, and then you'll be fine. You are on the VIP group already. Go to TWK VIP and click on the link.
And it just redirects you to the bot and the signals there.
That's it. Then you select, when you are on that time frame, you can select gold, go for standard, 15 minutes, and every 15 minutes you can refresh it. And you can try the other ones as well, but stick with that for now until you get comfortable.
The last signal was absolutely fantastic. You could easily have got TP2 on that.
Yeah.
A little bit of patience. Yeah. A little bit of confidence. And if the confidence isn't there, it's because your knowledge levels are low. Right? When knowledge levels are high, anxiety is low. When knowledge levels are low, anxiety is high. And you guys turning up here will be calmer, more profitable. Just stick with us. It'll come. And those of you that are watching, we appreciate you. If you want to participate and you've got any questions, ask away. We love questions. We love answering questions because it tests us as well. It makes us better. Yeah. Not here to lord over anybody. Just it makes me think about my own trading, my own knowledge levels, and for me, what am I going to do? Where am I going to look next in terms of my trading journey? How do I develop? In terms of, sorry, I just turned ourselves on Facebook, which I hate doing. Where are we? Get rid of you.
What's the difference between the trade stop loss and the hard stop? The hard stop will be bigger than the normal stop loss. I don't use the hard stop, I'm using the stop loss only. If I'm making a lot of profits, I want to keep that trading running and it's coming nearby the stop loss, then I will move that to the hard stop. But other than that, I will just leave the normal stop loss, Petra. We just I will show that for you to see that as well. But yeah, I just keep it simple. Stop loss. If you want to move between the hard stop and stop loss, then you find your way as well. But hard stop is reaching less than stop loss for sure, that for sure. But then the gap will be bigger as well. As you can see, will be more pips as if you go to hard stop.
My advice to you, especially if you're new, is just follow the plan, ask the questions that come into your head. Don't overcomplicate anything. Press the button, set your stop loss, set your TP. Yeah, and manage your trade. Like we said, the last one could have gone to TP3 and even a bit higher. I took it out because I'd hit SL the previous trade, and so that gave me a few pounds and covered my stop loss. So I'm even Stevens for the day on that, in that respect, which is nice. Psychologically, that's a nice thing to do. Should never revenge trade, but at the same time, it's nice to, it be positive every day. Because if you're positive every day, at some point in the future, you're going to be a millionaire out of this. Just trust the process. So at some point we'll get into, we don't have an open signal at the moment, do we, Matthias?
No, I'm generating mine.
That's good. So when this market's doing this now, at some point, so it's hit this low point here. You see that little point there? So that's where we're at right now, 42, that'd be around there now. So it might slip down to here. You're welcome, Ian.
Well done, Ian.
And could come to here. Look, it's just slipped, so it could come to this point here. There'll be some support or resistance. Yeah, some of these things. So that could be support here. It comes down to there, or it goes all the way down to there. Could go beyond. So, just your language around looking at the market and thinking, what could it do? You don't actually have to do that, but it's nice just to be able to have that conversation, because you've got somebody that's scouring the market for the next trade that we've got, and that will come. So some point between where we are now, here, expect a signal. Okay? And don't worry about this. Why am I missing this? You're going to get 10 to 20 opportunities today to make money. So just don't overthink it. You're not the trading team. They have far more experience than you. They've been through this, lived it. They're the ones with an account that's in the millions, right? So there's no need to question any of that, because as soon as you start questioning it, that's when your confidence goes. I can tell you, having worked with this particular team for over a year, every time I've tried to second guess it, I'm the one that's wrong. Everybody that's losing money, everybody that blows an account is a person that does not follow the rules. It's a rules-based system. Yeah, there are rules to making money. Yeah, or laws. So I've got 3 books there. The Laws of Success. Where are they? Rules of Management. The Rules of Wealth. And there's another one. There's 3 of them. Yeah. Rules. Yeah. Sorry, I was looking for the 3rd one. So there are rules to getting wealthy, there are rules to manage, there's rules to live. And all those things is what separates us from all the other species on this earth. They don't have any rules. Get hungry, they go and kill something. Right? They don't save it, do they? Right? If they want to fall asleep, they find a cave or whatever, or burrow a hole, they go to sleep. Right? They're just surviving for today because they have no rules. Yeah? Got no plan. And they're not gifted with that intelligence that we've got. I mean, they say dolphins are more intelligent than we are, but I don't see them ruling the earth, do you? Right?
That's it.
Yeah. So we're just looking now the next move up and to provide that signal for you guys. That's a trading team's job. It's not your job. I can just tell you this because I've seen this pattern so many times now that I know that at some point now, if it continues down or if it turns, then we're going to get a buy signal. So that, and sometimes if I'm really on it, and to be honest with you, I've got to be on my own. I've got to be in the zone, really hooked up. I'm in the trade before the buy signal comes. Yeah? And then I just use it to validate what I'm doing. And you'll be able to do exactly the same. Yes, Petra, you just need to be in our Telegram community. So it's actually called TWK Community, and all the links are there. So you need to be in that group to then pick up the link to join TWK VIP. Can people join TWK VIP without being in the community, Matthias? They can't, can they?
No, we need to send the link for them.
Yeah. Sorry?
On the community, they can have the link to open their account with the broker and everything. But for the access to the VIP, we need to send the access to them.
Do you want to send Petra a link?
She's in already. She's just asking
already,
because
Petra.
She wants to have the access after the 48 hours. I'm just explaining to her now.
No problem. No problem. See, Petra, you get the 2 of us to answer your questions. How good is our service, right? I just saw it come up on WhatsApp, and don't want to ignore anybody. We made a commitment that we're going to help, so we are going to help. So we're 9:30, so hour and a half into our session. We've certainly had a couple of really good trades. in this session itself. It's been a little bit quiet, but the market's been very quiet. So we don't trade for the take of it. We trade when the opportunities are there. And then, of course, as Matthias is saying, hence the other system. So it's a little bit quiet, and it's your time when you want to trade. Go over there, open a broker account, and you've got access to it. It's free. I'm going to do some development work on it, by the way. So haven't spoken to Matthias yet, but I think we'll do a meeting tomorrow evening just to do that. So Matthias, I think that might be good for housekeeping for us.
Yeah.
And then I spoke to our team yesterday. So I'm either going to get the guy that put the system together, or the head of the team that put the system together, or I'm going to get him to record a session for us so that we can play it out. I'd rather have the information, to be honest with you, than chitter chatter. And he's a very matter-of-fact individual, so that will give you some more insights into what's behind it and what we're trying to achieve. I think it's an incredible opportunity, puts us head and shoulders above anybody else that's offering these kind of services. And anything that we do, Matthias and I set out to be the best at anything I did. I bought a little rundown little lettings business in 2007, and we were doing very well in other businesses, but I wanted a base, and I thought if I can get the base for free, it did cost me £100,000. So when people started talking about what shall I put into my account, I had to hand over £100,000 to get the keys to an estate agency business that was breaking even. But it was a great location, and I knew that I could springboard off there. I had other businesses that I could bring there that were making money. So we did that, and my wife's in India at the time, and as were my children. And she said, "We don't need this, and I'd already bought it." And she said, "What are you going to do with it?" I said, "I'm going to turn it into the biggest estate agency business in Leicester." And I did that. We were the number one selling estate agency within 5 years. So there were 348 estate agents. Most of them are rubbish. So it took me 6 months to get into the top 100. And then, you got the serious players after the top 50 is hard because they're all good. And but we did it. And we boasted about it. We marketed about it. Leicestershire's number one selling estate agent, according to Rightmove and Zoopla, who are the people that every time you want to buy a house, you'd be on one of those sites. So they verified the figures. So we could just beat our chest about it and tell everybody that we were, and that's what we were doing trading. So the framework that we put together, we will be the biggest trading organization of our kind in this country within the next 2 years. Could do it much faster now than ever. And why do we want to be the biggest? Because you know what? Because that attracts the best. So then we've already got world-class trader. I can't see anything else. But things like now the machine learning, the algo trading systems that we've got now are far superior to what we started with. There's people on here that are in that, 13% up, not even been in a month. And that's net on their money, right, without doing a thing. So I think we were about 8%, 9% up. So he was talking about a rolling month. So we were 20% up last month, which means our clients would have been 30% up. This month, most of my clients were up 13, 14% month to date, right? Without risk. 4.6% has been the drawdown. And so that's what we're putting together. So you're seeing the embryonic part of TWK. We're not even out the ground yet. Yeah, I'm so excited for myself and Matthias and everybody else that's involved. So the machine learning signals, I'd love to hear, Ian, once you've pulled down a few, maybe tomorrow, as to what you think. And Petra, if you manage to do that as well, it'd be great to have you guys on camera. That'd be fantastic. But otherwise, if you want to do a Q&A for us, it'd be great. Or just give us a message as to what you think and we'll read it out. I've not used them. I've seen them, and I've not actually placed a trade. Matthias does that all the time. That was his part. Because obviously we divide the labor that we have. And so it was his idea that, yeah. Let me.
And that's it, guys. If you have any questions on machine learning, like Petra is having some questions, that's great. That means you're testing it. That's it. You just need to keep that simple. The same approach that we have on the signals, you need to have with the machine learning as well. Moving stop loss to break even, booking your profits. As you can see, the pips are very tiny as well there. It's not a massive gap. It's not 100 pips stop loss or anything like that. You just need to be mindful on the entry points and keep refreshing that on the right time. When now it's 35. If I'm on the 5 minutes, I will go and refresh it. If I'm on the 50 minutes, I will waiting for the 45. You know, and just keep refreshing it on the right time. Then you will have the right entry points and you can go for it. Like now I've refreshed it on the 5 minutes and I don't have a confidence signal now because it's yellow and it's 54 on confidence, 61 in overall setup and 56 in machine learning. That is not a good signal. I will not go for that. Okay. For me to go for that needs to be 69, 65 above. The best ones I can see is 70 above, and you need to have that green dot on the top, the green circle on the top. As you can see now on that one on the sell on the 5 minutes is not a good signal for me. I will just wait for the next 5 minutes. I'll just wait for the next 5 minutes and that's it. I will not go for that one because I have plenty of signals today on the 5 minutes. And I, right now talking to you, before that, I booked some TP1s, TP2s on the signal. The way I do it to maximize the signal is book some profits on TP1 and leave the rest, move my stop loss to break even. And if it goes to TP3, TP4, TP5, sometimes that goes, then I book the rest. But if I'm the scalping, I'm using the scalping right now. I'm not on the standard, I'm on the quick scalping. And you have the name there, quick scalping. You in, out, in, out, in, out. And it's simple, but you need to learn how to book the profits and move your stop loss quick to break even. Okay, don't keep the stop loss. If you are in profit, move your stop loss to break even and book your profits, especially if you are using the scalp strategy, because the scalping strategy is very fast. You don't want to be on the market there. You want to be in, out, take your profits. And if you learn how to do that, it's plenty of signals through the day. Plenty, guys, I can tell you, plenty, especially on the scalping strategy. But other than that, on the 15 minutes standard is very good as well, especially for beginner. I will stick with standard 15 minutes, okay? 15 minutes is standard. And that will give you plenty of signals as well. And if it's more than 70, if it's, especially if it's green, TP1 will be read straight away. You can go for it, okay? But then you will get used to it. As much as you use it, it's the same as the signal. As much as you use it, you get used to it. And then you get the confidence to keep placing the trades as well, okay? Like Kam was saying, is plenty of money to be made on the market. We just find for you the best things on the market. We are not like chasing anything that doesn't work. If we try and doesn't work, we will not give to you. We will trade with ourselves, and that's it. And the same thing with the algo trade. And the same thing with cop trading, with the same thing with signals. We will try until we are confident with that, then we can share to you. But yeah, just let me know if you're using that. Look, I will put standard. The 5 minutes is standard now. You can do that as well. Standard 5 minutes, and you can see the signal. But I will wait now for the 40. Right on the 40, I will see where the market is going on the 5 minutes. I'm not on the quick scalping strategy, I'm on the standard strategy. As you can see, it's different strategies, but if you keep it simple in standard, you will be absolutely fine. We got some updates. The trader is just updating the last signal. I'm refreshing now, and I'm selling on the 5 minutes. As you can see, you have the range. You can wait for the range. When you're testing the bot, the machine learning, you mean? Nope, I didn't have, because I was using the right strategy, waiting for the confidence. It's like now on the confidence on the 5 minutes, I have 65, 74, 71. It's green. It's not the best confidence because you want to be above 70 in all of them, but it's green for me on the 5 minutes. I went for it. I put my stop loss and I put my TP on TP1 on that one because I don't see strong confidence. As you can see, TP1 75% on the last signal that I took. That means I will go for it. I went for it, and it's nearly, let me see, 1 minute. Nearly reached TP1, and now it's come back to the range on mine. And you can always wait as well for a better entry. You don't need to rush those signals. But if you go for TP1s, you can have plenty of TP1s through the day. It's a lot to take. And as you can see, if you put a TP, you don't care. You just protect yourself. You put your stop loss, like Can always say, you place the trade, put your stop loss, put your TP. Then you have time to manage your trades, to book some profits if you want, to do whatever you need to do on the trade. But if you're using the 50 minutes standard, you will have plenty of signals. Then you can always put 1 hour to see the big picture on the market as well, every hour. Now is nearly quarter to 10. If I come here, I will put standard 50 minutes. As soon as we reach 45, I will put 50 minutes. I will refresh it and I will see what's the outcome of it. If it's selling, it's great. That will give me a confirmation on my last signal. If it's buy, then I will make the decision to close my trade on the 5 minutes that I took. But that will help you to have the overview of it. I'm positive on my trades now. Then you can manage your trade as well. Move your stop loss to break even, booking some profits. You don't need to wait for stop loss or TP, okay? You don't need to wait for those points. I'm seeing on the 5 minutes, I'm still positive. I will just go to the 50 minutes now because it's getting to the time of 15 minutes. And I will refresh and see what is the outcome. If it's a selling, that's great. I will keep holding my sell. If it's a buy, I will need to manage my trade better. It's working. As you can see, it's neutral on the 50 minutes. That means I will just wait. If I put on the 5 minutes, I still have time. It's still selling, but it's less. It's still selling, but it's yellow. It's not green like before.
Sorry, guys. Contractor calls.
Yeah.
So we haven't had a signal. It didn't move down far enough to let us know from there.
No.
So did you do that one? When you were tested, did you have many SLs? I love it.
Yeah, not many. I had some, but not many. Like I showed, I was explaining to her that.
Yeah.
It's a
I
great
think the thing is,
system.
Petra, you've got to love SLs. You just got to, and it might be a strange thing to say, you got to fall in love with SLs, right? Because then they won't hurt you. And if they're managed, you know, we used to fly by the seat of our pants thinking that we're never going to hit an SL, blah, blah, blah. And then one would come along every 3 months and take out 4 months worth of trading, right? So this is, you know, it's from pain that we have learned. You know, it's that like the child that puts their hand in
Fire.
Can't put a hand in the fire, right? And then you realize it's hot. And it's the same thing, not setting SLs and things like that. You know, I remember a few years ago, a guy saying, "Oh, I'm trading without SLs is like, you know, jumping out of a plane without a parachute." I'm like, "What an idiot!" Yeah, I don't know how to trade, right? So, because you don't, you don't. Yeah, the thing is, we had this yesterday. I played one of our trading team's calls saying that the market is very, very difficult. Even the banks are scared to trade because we will wake up one day and it'll be at 5,000 or it'll be at 4,000. And that's a lot of money to a bank, you know, when they're talking about billions on positions, certainly millions on each position. That's a lot of money to go, you know, when it goes the wrong way for them. So, and at this moment in time, we have an absolute ignoramus pig in the White House who knows that he's moving the markets. It's reputed that he's made $4 billion since he came into power, more money than he's made in his entire 80 years of existence. He knows what he's doing. So he puts a tweet out, you know, he doesn't realize that ordinary individuals like us are going bankrupt and his mates are becoming billionaires. You know, I think there's a $15 million or something like that oil position placed when he announced the last ceasefire 15 minutes before. And they reckon that it's his son, Barron, that's doing that. So all sorts of nonsense going on that's causing real hardship to real people. But they don't care, right? The elites don't care. Just want more and more money for themselves. But anyway, no, besides the point, there's the socialist in me, right? So, but it is what it is. But we should have a fairer society, and these kind of things, they can't control this. They can't control when we press a button. If we educate ourselves and have a situation whereby I think, yeah, I'm going to hit a stop loss occasionally. I was losing money this morning for about 15 minutes. So, right. And then you want to be up at the end of the day, end of the week, end of the month, end of the year. And if you're up at the end of the day and end of the week, then you won't have any losing streaks at all. And we want to help you do that. Right. That's what we're here for. So hopefully we will continue with our success. So we've got about 10 minutes to go. It's been a relatively quiet morning. And like I said, can't reiterate enough. That's why we've put in a second system. We didn't want to put just another trader in to here, because that isn't any different. So we could either trade a commodity FX with that, which is a different kind of thing. So that would change things for us too far. Or we could put in something that is completely different and complements what we're doing. There's no competition between these two systems. We've got a fantastic human trader that's made the whole system very mechanical and very automated for us. And then we've got a tech system that is just the probability based system that will guide you through your trading. So apart from having two accounts, which is not a bad idea, you could have one for growth, one for income. There's no downside to do what you're doing. You can do both of these, and I'm certainly doing both of them. And that's where we're at.
Yeah, I love the neutral call sometimes. Petro is saying, yeah, that's give you, look, you need to wait patiently for the next one, especially on the 5 and 15 minutes. You will see more of those neutral, and then you just wait until you can refresh again and check again, and that gives you as well time. I think so. Is really good. It's amazing, the system. You just need to learn how to use it and use wisely as well. Don't over trade, don't over leverage, and keep doing the same thing as we doing with the signals, normal signals, moving your stop loss to break even, booking profits. And I think so that is the key. Learn how to do trailing stop loss. Let's say we are going to have 5 TPs. You go for TP1, you move your stop loss a little bit. Then go for TP2, you move your stop loss a little bit. And you keep moving until you reach TP5. That is a way for you to keep your stack, your lot size, and going for further TPs as well. I can see that work really well on those signals, because sometimes you go for TP5s and then you just keep trailing, and you protecting your capital as well. As soon as you're in profit, break even, because here you can generate signals all through the day. If you reach some break evens because the market came back so fast, that doesn't matter. You protect your capital. You're not going to stop loss. Okay, and that is the key. If you keep doing that, you'll be absolutely fine.
Nice little drop there.
Yeah. As you can see, we nearly for let me see. Okay, we nearly have another 5 minutes. I will refresh again. And the confidence for me now is giving me the range. And it's giving me the signal. I can put that straight away or wait for the better entry.
Petra, Mateus will send out the links to you if you can't find them for PU Prime. They are in there. If you can't locate them, then we'll stick it in the WhatsApp group that we have.
Okay, let me send that to her straight away.
Yeah. Well, hope you guys are carrying on trading. And if you're not, then great. If you are, then great. Hope you made some money this morning. And I hope you learned something. At the beginning of your journey, the education is probably more important than the money. You know, I say this a lot, and I've learned it the hard way because I've always put money first. I want to make the money and then I'll learn later. Well, no, until you learn, you can't make the money, right? So just doesn't work that way, unfortunately. But you know, here's a true opportunity to earn and learn with us. Because you know, it doesn't mean what it does mean is you're not spending tens of thousands of pounds on courses and months of going to academies and, you know, making the so-called trader rich. You know, you investing in your own account. And I think Vipul asked, you know, what's the minimum? You're asking the wrong question. You're asking the wrong question. Yeah. How much do I want to get back from my business? How much do I want? I was talking to a trader the other day and I said, how are you doing? And he said, Cam is making between 200 and 300 pounds a day now from trading. I said, lovely. I said, you watching those stop losses? Yeah, always putting the stop loss in first, just like you taught me. All right, trade in, stop loss, trade in, stop loss, trade in, stop loss. I said, that's fantastic. So I said, where are you at? And he said, well, within, by the end of next month, that should be 500 pounds a day. And I said, what's the goal? And he said, the goal is between 1,000 and 2,000 pounds a day. So what size of account do you want to do that? And he said, at the moment, I'm doing between 2 and 3%. So on a good day, I can do 4%, but I don't chase that. I just chase 2%. So I said, okay, fine. You know, you're chasing 2% on a daily basis. You're achieving that. And he said, no. He said, sometimes I'm slightly under, but I don't get hung up about it. So a few years ago, I would be like chasing that last 10 pounds as in I'm not at target. And I lost so much business. Right? And so I don't chase that. If it's slightly under, I don't care. If it's slightly over, that's fine. But my baseline, if I can average 2%, it'd be absolutely fantastic. Okay, fine. So what you're going to do, so when you want like £1,000 a day or £2,000 a day, that's what you want to earn, where's your account going to be? It's, well, I'm going to start doing 1% a day. And I said, really, you'll be more experienced, but you want to do one? He said, yes, I want a £100,000 account. 1% a day is £1,000. £200,000 account is £2,000. I want to have an account that's between 100,000 and 200,000. I haven't decided yet, but I want £1,000 a day to £2,000 a day from trading. So they're de-risking themselves, right? Not chasing the market every day, but trades every day. Trades 5 days a week. Total discipline. Yeah, just like me, 7:30, 8 o'clock, they're sat down at their desk on a laptop, right? Soon as that 2%'s hit, walks away. Soon as it's hit, done. done for the day. Thank you. Laptop goes down like this now. Yeah. Laptop's down. Crack on the rest of the day. So I said, what happens if you don't do 2% all day? I'll stay at my computer all day. That's my number one priority. Right? That's my one thing, is to trade and make 2%. Because if I sit and trade and make 2% for the next 6 months, 9 months, whatever, I can't remember what he told, I'm going to be on between 20 and 40,000 pounds a month working for myself. So the more money you have in your account, the more money you're going to make. Stop asking me what's the minimum. Start asking yourself, how much money have I got confidence to put in? Right? It's your business. You need to invest it. Right? I bought a Ragabond letting business for £100,000. I can tell you I sold it for a lot more than that 11 years later. But if I hadn't put that in, I couldn't have had that. So stop looking at this as a business. You're a business person now, or if you want to call yourself a businesswoman or a businessman, whatever you prefer, I don't really care. Right? Political correctness is not my thing. I don't want to offend anybody, but I don't give a shit anyway about all that either. Right? I'm a man and I'm happy to be. Right? You're a woman, you're happy to be. If you're a they, be happy with whatever you are, right? But this is a serious business that's going to make you seriously rich, but you have to take it seriously first. Yeah? Understand if you haven't got the money, start small, 500, £1,000, right? That's no problem at all. But don't ask the minimum. Ask yourself the question, this is what I can afford to put in now. Okay, this is what I want to start with. Begin with the end in mind. For a £1 million account, try not to start with £100. If you start with 1,000, that's 10 times more than 100. So you make 10 times more money. If you start with £5,000, that's 5 times more money than £1,000. So it's all up to you. Right? It's all relative. And I respect every single one of you. And whatever position you're in, just get in. Stop doing it. Stick 100 quid in. Stop doing it. Right? The only thing is, like we said, the reason we say 1,000 is because if the lot size could be 0.001, then £100 would be fine. Yeah? But it isn't. And we don't govern what the lot size is. So that's the risk that you're going to take, is 0.01. On £1,000, you want to take maximum of 3 trades. 0.01 gives you 0.03 as a maximum risk. If you follow the rules, you're never going to blow your account. I guarantee you that. Yeah. If you do what our trade is recommending and you follow those and you're at this session, you will never, ever, ever blow your account. The only people that blow their accounts are the guys that don't follow the rules. And that's included me in the past. Don't worry about that. And this other man, Mateus, right? We've both done it.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So we've put our hand in the fire too many times and got burned. Now we're fed up of it, right? So it's 2 minutes past 10. We're going to wrap up for the morning. We'll see you guys at 1 o'clock. Happy trading. And Mateus, I shall see you at 1 o'clock.
Okay, perfect. See you.
Bye now.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.